Hello and welcome back to another Nighttime Ben Wheatland doing his cool night shift football manager videos. Cool introduction, Ben. Welcome back, Josh and Sam, and anyone else who's listening to Pulling Up the Slask. Now, it's been a little few weeks. We're still in the same season, don't worry. I know that it's been a bit of a habit of flipping seasons in between videos, but that's not happening at the moment. Let me give you a little bit of a rundown on where we are. So you'll remember, whoops, don't look at all the spoilers. You'll remember that the last time we were playing was, I believe, against Lyon. It was before the Christmas break. We finished off, we went into that Christmas break on the back of a 1-0 win over Polonia Warszawa, which put us clear at the top of the Ekstraklasa, and a 3-1 win over Cracovia, which cemented our place at the top. We then had a very boringly simple sort of mid-season break where I always just play sort of lower league teams and a couple of, so I played, as you can see, this team, Sofia, this team, and Linz are all slightly harder teams. I know it doesn't look like it from the results we got against them, but they're all Europa League teams, so that was a little bit more of a challenge to keep the players fresh and sort of sharp. Obviously, coming back off the back of the 8-1 win over Kluczbork, we drew 0-0 with Legia Warszawa in the first leg of the quarterfinal of the Polish Cup. We then beat Podbeskidzie 4-2 after being 2-0 down. We then went 2-0 down to Lechia as well, but came back to draw 3-3. We were also 3-2 down in that game. It was very frustrating. And then we also had the chances to win it, so whatever, fine. We then played Legia in the second round of the second leg of the quarterfinals, winning 2-1, 2 goals from Andrzej Novikov, taking us through. Then beat Widzew Łódź 1-0, 1 goal from Novikov, putting us through there. We played Lech, a goal by a new signing, who I will mention in a moment, putting us level with Lech and edging us closer to the Ekstraklasa title. We then drew Korona Kielce in the semi-final of the Polish Cup. We drew 0-0 away, although we should have beaten them quite comfortably. We had all the chances. And then in between that and the second leg, we played Belkotov, which we won 2-1. We can just go here, but that's going to show, and it's not. Okay, good. Mateusz Mancia and Oleg Davidov's scoring to put us in the lead. And then we beat Korona Kielce 2-1, putting us into the final of the Polish Cup. 2 goals from Florian Ondrej. We were 0-0 at half-time. They scored immediately after half-time, so I made some changes. Brought on Ondrej. He scored twice to take us through 2-1. Just about. Is lucky as well because we had to score 2 after they'd scored because they had the away goal, which works even in the semi-finals. We then just a moment ago had a 2-2 draw with Legia Warszawa, where we had gone. I think we went. No, they went ahead. We equalised. Then we went ahead on 88 minutes, and they equalised on 89 minutes. Classic Football Manager result. And yeah, a bit frustrating, but now we have the chance to play Polonia Warszawa, and then, if we've got time, a game against Wisła Kraków in the league, which should also wrap us up the league. If we always say also if we win against Polonia and win against Wisła, that should result in 2 trophies for us. Now let's just look a little second at some transfers. So for this season, we have lost 1 or 2 big players. So for example, unfortunately, we lost Valery Cherevtsev. I had stupidly put a minimum release clause in his contract of 2.7 million, and Al Ittihad from Kingdom of Saudi Arabia came in, 2.7 million. Out he went. I got rid of John Monday because I just wasn't impressed by him. He went for £600,000 to Bate Borisov. I got rid of Brian Svenningsson on loan to Łukasz Łódź, which is fine, doesn't matter. But then our star centre-back, Grzegorz Kurowski, was sold for £2 million to Dynamo Kiev, which is a massive shame, but he also had a minimum fee release clause. I've been discussing this with Sam, and I think actually it might be smarter just not to have those kind of clauses in the contracts, because we're or maybe if not, like, start going bigger, because I thought that it would be a while before people started coming in with this sort of level bids for our players, but it turns out that they came in for them much quicker than we had all anticipated. So I looked to replace these players. We signed a couple of youngsters. So I bought in Tamas Goretic, who's in the under-18s at the moment. Signed him for, what was it, £160,000 from Haladash. Maybe he'll get some game time next season. I also signed on a free Alfonso Garith. Probably just sell him. He's currently away because he doesn't like Poland, as nobody does, but then he is Spanish, so at least he seems to have a reason for it. He's from Bilbao, in the Basque Country, living in Wrocław. Anyway, earlier he was worth 1.3 million. Now he's worth 150,000 pounds. He's not made very many appearances for us because he buggered off very quickly. It's frustrating, but I signed Marek Sikorski, who is a decent defensive midfielder. He can also play wing back, but he's a very good defensive midfielder, who I signed for 1.7 million off of Legia Warszawa. He hasn't played as many games yet as I would like, but it's okay. I'm going to have to do some rejigging of the squad, and he'll be our starting, or at least regular with Luchak, defensive midfielder next season. And then I brought in this player, Sasha Gurijic, who is our new left midfielder. He's excellent, and I've been trying to get rid of the old two that we had, or at least one of them, because we've now got 4 left midfielders after having none at some point. Anyway, let's move on to the Cup final against Polonia Warszawa. Now, I've got a crap load of yellow cards, but it doesn't really matter too much. We have some big decisions to make because we've been in some dodgy form, as you saw. Let's just take a look here. So I want to play. Mrozek's good, but I want to play Kristofferson. I'm going to put Mrozek on the bench. I'm going to put George Nuri, who's going to come back into the side, even though he's not been playing brilliantly. Gurijic, Grujicic, stupid name. Grujicic is going to come, stay there. We're going to play with Luchak there, but I would like to have Kvist. No, would I? I don't know. We've got Savic, we've got Watara, we've got Sikorski as our kind of defensive midfield option. Should we play with him first? I don't know. And Zbozinek. It's tough. We don't have. Do we have a right wing option? No, we don't. We've got Savic there, but we're gonna bring on Souza instead, who's been sort of angling a little bit for more game time, so he can get into the squad. Now then, let's go. Let's just do this, and then I'll talk about the things in the league later on. But despite having said that, look to switch off, you absolute mug. I think we probably need to look for a better goalkeeper this season. He's done pretty well, but it's clear how much better the goalkeeper last season was. No, I didn't record the cup final last year, did I? No, it was a. Oh no, of course I didn't, because I was in the airport, sitting there quietly shaking my fist in the air, next to a man who I think was kind of trying to watch me play. It was a bit weird. Anyway, so yeah, last year we won for the last minute winner. This year we're playing the second best team in the league. Obviously, we're the best team in the league, and the games between us tend to be 1-0 affairs. It's very rarely a big scoring game or goals games even with multiple goals in them. Let's hope we can be the first to score. Shirokov now breaking, but he gets taken out nicely. There's their danger man, is that Grozmani there, who's now on the ball again. He's a very good player. Well, he's about 32 now. He's still their top scorer and has been for the last couple of seasons, but he's doesn't seem to be slowing down too much. I think I just said he's slowing down. He's just not very good, but this league doesn't need to be very good, particularly strikers. Gergoff. Okay, so it's 8 minutes in. I hope we don't lose this final. I don't think have I recorded us losing a final before? Maybe I lost one or two finals when I was Western manager. I feel like we won most of those, though, on camera at least. Did we lose maybe the League Cup or the FA Cup? Thought that was a penalty. Litzisian, yes, okay. Oh, come on, boys. Yes, Andre, nice tackle. Making up for the stupid one you did a minute ago, which put us in this mess. Okay, Terakov. Oh, God. Shirokov is the bard, jeez. Goose, now to Mancia. Oh, I played Goose. I meant to play... Okay, it doesn't matter. Let's not complain now. Oh, what is that? Yes, George and Yuri. Andre, no. Fuck. They're a good side, Warszawa. They have a higher wage bill than us, which is amazing. Even though we keep signing decent players and we've got a squad that's capable of sort of mixing up in Europe, even if not with the biggest of the boys, we actually don't have the highest wage bill in the league. How did that highlight stop there? What would point of the highlight if it was going to stop at that point? Ah. Sadowski. Yeah, so they've got a big wage bill, and yet they keep coming second. Also, quite impressively, no matter how well another team does, like last season, for example, Wisła were on a very, very good run towards the end of the season, but then Wisła tripped out with the last two games. Lech Poznan, similarly, were ahead of Warszawa. They looked like they were going to... Polonia looked like they were going to finish fourth, and then them just being sort of consistently consistent, because they tend to be, managed to see them end up finishing second again, because the other two teams just sort of bottled it, which is a bit of a shame. It would be nice to get a bit of well, we did have Piast Gliwice, did we not come second? Oh, that was before we actually won the league though, so Shirokov scores. Fuck. See, now the bad thing is we don't tend to... We're good at coming back, but not... It doesn't seem to happen very much against Polonia. Also, I think they're the team with the lowest... I think they're the team who's conceded the least goals this season. So, well, let's see. Novikov. Pass the ball, maybe, guys? Thank you. Bogusz. Grujičić. Bogus. Goose. It's finished, but he was offside. Crying out loud. 30 minutes. I'm not going to make a change yet. That's silly. That'd be silly. They are sort of overrunning us, though. Are we sort of looking nervous? Yeah, we are. A couple of our younger players not looking... Oh, shit. Yeah, he's not looking happy, is he? Alright, let's bring him off for Sikorsky. See, Andre's really good, but he's also not playing well at the moment, so let's take him off as well. This is a bugger. 2-0 down in the cup, so we might lose a cup. That's upsetting. I thought we'd kind of, even though we are always dreadful in the cups, like last season we just about scraped through on penalties against the League One team in the semi-final. This season we had that... Oh, what are you doing, Goose? We had the last minute winner in the round before against Korona Kielce just to get to the final, which we're throwing away beautifully. Oh, Novikov. He's really good at in the air, scoring headers, particularly on the back post to balls that have been whipped in, crosses like that have sort of hung up in the air. It's nice. He's actually very good at that. He's just not done it so well in this game. Christofferson, what are you doing, bruv? Go on. Oh, is that a penalty? Oh, how is that not a penalty? How is that not a penalty? Clearly didn't get the ball. Because... he did, well, I don't know what he did. Why he ran off away from it instead of going to pick it up after he'd knocked over my player, I don't know, but who cares? Souza now. Okay, no. Shirokov, Lagievka. Okay, so this is where team talks are going to come into it. I seem to be quite good at motivating these guys in the middle. At the halftime team talk, I seem to be quite good at it. So let's go with this, and then calm. There's a lot more because they're looking nervous and not playing well. Hopefully that will fix some of the bad play, and we might ideally we score immediately after the half, which we haven't done. Christofferson, Goose, Souza, Goose. Oh, let's see. This feels very much like when we lost to Dinamo in the Champions League playoff last season, where we were sort of... Is he offside? Surely, yeah. Where we were sort of largely in it, but they had a period of sort of 6 or 7 minutes where they just scored all their 3 goals and we did nothing. else we didn't score our goals. Very frustrating. Sikorsky, come on. Oh, come on. Shirokov. You going to score again? No. Okay. Mishkovic. We've got one more substitute to make. Okay, Mancia. What you can do, bruv? Go on. Sikorsky. Why am I saying bruv so much today? Goose to Christopherson to Souza. Souza gives it to Mancia. Mancia now to Souza. Goes past his man. No, he doesn't. He just kicks it at his man, which is cool too, I suppose. Let's pause. Let's bring on. Goose is not playing very well. Mancia is playing terribly, but do we dare take Mancia off? No, let's go for Watra. Okay, what we do. I hate this so much. Okay, we are going to get to do this throw. Christopherson just fucking kicks it straight off. Brilliant. Smart. Watra. 70 minutes, 80 minutes. Okay. Let's just go overload. See if it actually makes any difference. Novikov, he scored. Let's take that off, take that off, take that off, take that off. 2-1. We would need to win this in normal time to make sure this doesn't end up being an absolute disgrace of people being knackered. So I made 2 of my substitutions in the first half. Oh, okay, Grujic, Bogusz, Christopherson. I gets tackled, but Souza there. Oh, that's gone out for a corner. What's going to happen? Mancia to take the corner now then. He's crossed the ball in. Davidov's at the back post. Jumps above him. Christopherson now puts out to Grujic. Grujic tries to go around his man. Can't, but it's gone to Sikorsky. Sikorsky, would have been perfect. Now let's go overload. Final 5 minutes. Come on, just get one. We just, don't. It's a corner. Okay. Could we break from this corner and score? That's what we're going to have to do basically now because they're taking so much time over it. Go on. Take the freaking corner. Thank you. Alright. Now then, Mancia is going to get the ball. What's he going to do? He's going to lose it, but 3 minutes. Come on. Souza. Oh, fligging nudge. Just had to dive in there. Always go to the ball, especially in the box. Just be sniffing around like a goal hound. Sadowski taking his freaking time over that. Georgian Yuri. Sikorsky. Mancia. What's Mancia going to do? Christopherson. I could have. It's so close to coming through there to Watra. Christopherson. Now give it to Mancia. Mancia's. Oh, even our goalkeeper's up there. Oh, he's going to shoot and score. No, he's not. He was offside. That's very rare that you see the goalkeeper come up, but there we go. Bollocks. So we lost the FA Cup final. And we're going to slowly walk off. Doesn't seem like we were joining in with their celebrations there. Unlucky boys. Wow, that's a bugger. That's really annoying. We didn't really deserve it. Although I think we clearly should have had a penalty late on in that. But whatever. Bugger it. It's a disappointment, but we played well and yeah, that's true. He did good. I'm not going to say anything. We're also again being taken over. Hopefully we'll actually get taken over this time because it seems to be sort of every 6 weeks we're being taken over by someone else from the board or from some local businessman here or there or whatever. Anyway, so now we can look at the league table. You can see clearly that we've conceded more goals. We've conceded only 3 more goals than last season, TBF. But it does mean that we are now, to do the same as we did last season or to do the same as we did the year before, we need to just win all the rest of our games. We've already checked qualified for Europe. I think if we win our next game, that would mean there was only 9 points left to play, and we're 8 points. Okay, so if we win and Polonia do not win, which seems unlikely given that both those things seem unlikely because I feel like we're going to be on some dodgy form now. God, I hope we don't lose the damn league after this. I don't think we will. I think we'll do fine. We just might not win. I thought winning this game would guarantee us the league, but only if Polonia drop points. So let's see. And I think even then, if they draw, they would technically be 9 points clear. So they would technically still be able to win the league, but no, they're not going to. They spent £2.1 million in net this time round. I'm down here somewhere, down the bottom off the thing there, because our net transfer spend is something like £7 million. Good. Oh, now we have to wait a goddamn age. This game. Why do we have to spend the weird way this is sort of all scheduled is that a week after the second leg of the semi-final we have to play the final. That's madness, especially considering now we've got an entire week where we could have I know obviously you don't really want to have a cup final on a Wednesday night or something, but I think that was on a Wednesday night. Stupid. So yeah, we're sort of limping over the line a little bit. Last season I thought we were doing the same thing, but after winning the cup final we went on a little bit of a run and won our final 4 games, I think, to give us a strong end to the season. It's annoying because the transfer window in January really messes up our squad every year. It's happened every single year except for that first year when we won the league, where no one had really realised our players were any good. But now players get upset, people keep buying our best players, and it's just sort of making for it sort of derails the campaign a little bit. So our form after Christmas has been patchy in the last couple of seasons. Well, we'll see. I suppose hopefully that can. I think it's probably always going to be the case until we at least get to the point where people can't buy our players just because they want to. Right. Any news on our takeover, please? No. Dolchan Zabki. Wow. They've been terrible, but that's a cool name. When is the next game, please? Because it seems like we're sitting here forever. Polonia Bochum manager. Oh, they might go up. That'd be cool. They're new. I was moaning earlier on about, I think in a couple of videos ago, that we never get anyone new coming up from the first league, but actually Polonia Bochum have not been in the first league. I just remember playing them 9th. They've got 9 days. I just remember playing them in the cup once, I think, and thinking that meant that we've played them in the league. We haven't. So yeah, night shifts are going well for me. It's still hot, as you can hear, because my fan is on, although it's not as hot, so my fan is only on level 1. Oh, Man City have won the Premier League. Let's just check. Billy Watts is still smashing in the goals. Western are coming 5th. That's very disappointing. They got knocked out of the Europa League at the semi-final stage or the quarter-final stage, I think. Chester have been taken over. That's good for them. Swindon are in the promotion spots in League 2. I think they're in one of the. I think they are in one of the playoff spots. They definitely were before. You can't complain that I've not. Oops, hello. He's going to say that we didn't give him first team football. You're on a break. We were on a break. You are on a break from the club, you mug, and you asked to go on it, so it's your fault. Right, so Champions League final. Looks like Real Madrid are going through to it. Who are they going to play? That's the key. That's the interesting thing. They're going to play probably Porto. Come on then. Press go. Look, we've got 8 days to sim through. You can't be taking time over just pressing go. Jesus. The trouble is I'm a little bit tight. Like, the thing about doing them during the day is that at least I've got energy to do them. Like, night shifts sort of do weird things to your body because like, naturally it feels weird to be up at 3 a.m. with another at least probably 4 hours to go before you go to bed. But, at the same time, and especially So it's weird. The reason that's weird is that, normally you'd think, oh, but at any point I can go to bed. So you have that sort of thing. Wow, Porto smashed them. You've always got that ability to do that, but now I can't do it. But also it's strange because I shouldn't feel so sort of tired and fatigued, considering that, man, every other club is getting taken over. Come on. Anyway, considering the fact that technically I've only been up for sort of 14 hours, at this point that would be the equivalent of waking up at 7 and it being 9 p.m. It's not like in any other day this would be a perfectly normal time to still be awake, but I'm quite tired, and it doesn't really make sense because you go to bed at 7, or like I've been going to bed at 7 this week, and then waking up at 12:01ish, which is a fairly standard. I mean, it's not as much sleep as you might normally have. I might normally have anyway. And bloody Polonia have won their game, so that means that we will not be able to win the league this game. Damn it! I really hope that this is going to be a video where we won the cup and won the league in the same thing. It would have been fun, but unfortunately not. This is life. Jaskolski, he's the guy who came through from our side, right? He came through from us. Yes, he did. Oh, he's crap. I've been trying to sell him, but nobody wants him. He should be a great name, by the way. Zbigniew. One of my comedian friends has a good joke which says Zbigniew is not a name, it's a sound, and it's true, I think. Podbeskidzie have finally been relegated from the Ekstraklasa after putting up a good fight over the last couple of seasons. I don't know if you noticed, by the way, one of the updates that we saw was that Bartosz Zik, formerly of this parish, has been given a new contract extension. He's hoping he can lead Łódzki Club Sportowy Łódzki back into the promised lands of the Ekstraklasa. Because I really don't like Katowice. And I don't really like Łódź either, because they always were beating us. I don't know if you remember that from a couple of seasons ago, but this is going to be my 200th game in management. Probably going to be a disappointing one, although they have lost 2 in a row. We're going to bounce back with a win, I think. He's been very good. Lech seem to sack their manager every season, which is not a good way of doing things. We suffered defeat last time we played them. Okay, so we're going to itch to set the record straight. Jesus, words, come on. It's going to be a struggle, but we're going to win. We've been glad and feel reinvigorated by it. So that's what I mean. We had fucking 10 days off after the cup final, but we had to play that cup final a week after the semi-final, which included one other game in between those 2 games as well. Stupid Poland and its stupid fixture scheduling. Absolutely ridiculous. I feel like that cannot be how it works in real life. It cannot be a week after the semi-final, because how do you organise that? How does that get organised? How does any fan come to see it? Surely it's impossible to it's just madness. It's absolutely madness. Andy Hessenthaler has retired. Have they finished their season then, or is that just... Yeah, they did. Swindon made it, just about edged it into the playoffs. I mean, they were 3 points away from being automatically promoted. Disappointment, but a great turnaround for them. Now then, let's play Wisła. Let's not waste any more damn time on this stupid video, which I'm already annoyed about. What do we do to fix this? Well, I think the first thing is to take Kristoffersson out and put Mrozik in. I'm going to bring Gora back onto the bench. I'm going to play Sikorski instead of... Who was playing before? Oh no, it's been Luchek all season. He's just not in a good mood. Okay, in which case, no, I'm going to keep him there. I don't know why that. I'm going to bring Watara on to start, and I'm going to let Andres Souza start as well. The 2 strikers will stay the same, Georgian Yuri and Davidovs. Do we keep Georgian Yuri? He's excellent, but he's just been playing badly this season. Which is weird. I mean, he's been playing badly. That said, he was playing second fiddle to Matuchek, or whatever his name is, the guy that went to Dynamo Kiev. Anyway, let's try and give some confidence to the boys. Now then, come on. Let's beat these bloody Wisłas. I've been to this game in real life, Śląsk versus Wisła. Real life, Śląsk obviously playing a 40,000 all-seater stadium instead of the strange 14,500 seater stadium we play in Don's game. And it was, what a finish from Sousa. What a finish. It was a doozy of an atmosphere. I saw it's supposed to be a sort of friendly game, not friendly as in like the way you would normally understand a friendly, but they're in a kind of friendship trio. It's Śląsk, Wisła and one other club are in like a friendly triangle of clubs, and then there's a opposing triangle of clubs who they all hate. But anyway, in this friendship game, Wisła fans were burning the flags of the Śląsk fans, so good on them, well done. Now then, look, we are 1-0 up. We are so close to winning the league, it's unbearable. What I might do is just record straight away after this, although I will at least sim on to the next game, unlike that last time when I did this and stupidly had to sit through about 20 days of nothingness before we actually got to play it. And then you can see us win the league, because I think we didn't win the league on camera last time, and I'm not sure if we did it the first time either. I don't remember 100%. We might. Oh no, we might. No, did we? Or did we do it? I think we did, and then I said I'm gonna skip on, and then I didn't do any more after that. But I think we'd won the game. We'd won the league at sort of like four games to go or something like that. Then Stupeniak, Mancia now, still searching for that elusive free kick goal. But he gets the ball in, and Novikov has scored. Where was this level of clinicalness in the last game that we needed to? Yeah, Polonii Warszawa, they've only conceded 16 goals all season, so they're a tough nut to crack. We did score against them at least, made it into a bit of a fight, but bugger it, I'm annoyed. Anyway, it seems like we're going to just sort of roll Wisła over for a belly scratching. I don't seem to really be up for it. Oh my god, was that a goal from... Fuck me. First goal of the season, not a bad one, and that's going to be the goal of the season now, and I'm going to have to sit there and look at that. I hate it. What a bloody finish. Bang. Absolute stunner. Fucking hell. I was going to say they're about to roll over and let us tickle their tummies, or they might just score an absolute 40-yard worldie. What, Wisła are a strange club. I was going to say it would be beautiful if we then seal the win with a standard bog standard back post header after they score that absolute wonder goal. Keep it up. Who's tired now? Utara's tired. Right, we'll give him another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll bring him off. Okay, Novikov. He's got the ball. He's going to cross it. No, he's not. Filip Mišković is going to get booked, hopefully. Yeah, he is. There's a couple of things where usually once they're on a yellow card, they pretty much get sent off if they have done something bad after that. And I twice in the last couple of games had a player who was on a yellow card, like Georgian Yuri is there. He did a foul, he went over to the referee and then was just given a ticking off, which doesn't happen very often. Usually that's straight off on Football Manager. So we've been running our luck a bit, I guess. Watara, he went for his own one, nearly. That would have been beautiful. I feel like I had a big woo in me then. If we'd scored, then it would have been a loud shout if we'd scored. Mancia scores a header, beautiful. It's not as joyful as the 40-yard screamer, but they all count. Right, so Watrat's tired, so we'll bring on Goose. Sousa's playing well, so we'll leave him. We'll take off. We'll bring on this guy for Davidovs, and okay, Luchak's positiveness is coming back to him. That's good. And we'll take off Sasha. I'm going to just call him. Let's do that now. Interaction. No, wait a second. Wait a second. Not Sikorsky. Why are we doing that? Where has he gone? Sasha Gruchik. Information. He speaks a lot of languages. Nothing here that tells me a fun nickname. Should we just call him Sasha? Set next time. Nick's tame. Good old Nick's tame. Sasha. Okay. Missed it 3 times. That's good. So Sasha, confirm. Okay, let's do it. Sasha's coming off. Go. Great ball in from Sasha there. And that will be his last move of the game. Mancia scoring the kind of goal that I expected him to be scoring when I signed him way back at the beginning of this save. Because he's quite tall and he's good in the air, but he's just terrible at heading the ball. He's got no presence at all. Which is a shame. I thought, and he's not great at doing it, but I thought, in this league, as we've mentioned, as we've covered a number of times, you don't really have to be great at anything to be a good player in this league. And so I thought he'd score a hatful, but no, God, dear me. But no, apparently not. So whatever. But he's great at everything else, so that's fine. He scores enough goals either way. He's already broken the record for most goals scored in an extra class a season, although he's now added another one to that tally, so that's good. Srnic, he was the match winner in our previous FA Cup win. It's a shame that I guess it's a shame he didn't really play in the last game, but whatever, he wouldn't have made the difference, I don't think, on his own. Novikov crosses, Mrozek hits and he gets his goal. He's, for a right back, the only 2 goals he's scored all season have been headers. Interesting. Great header. That doesn't happen very often, but I've seen it happen twice in this season, where it's hit the crossbar, gone up, and then dropped down and headed it in. It's feels like that happen. It's a very Sunday League style goal that I feel like you don't really get that much in professional football, where someone they can't outleap a player on the line, just heads it in. It doesn't feel like that would happen in a top league in Europe. But apparently in 2033 it very much does. Georgian Yuri now to Luchak. Not a fan of his name either, but I think his first name is Rishad, which I don't think I can. Yeah, he's Rishad, so I don't think I can say that as easily either, so we might have to come up with a name for him. Mancia again hitting the wall. Just a bit of fun at this point. It feels like the kind of thing that in real life, if he did score a free kick eventually, the fans would make t-shirts that say I was there when Mancia scores a free kick. The joke obviously, I guess, being that he has actually scored a free kick for us, but it was in a mid-season winter break game, and so it doesn't really count. I for one am so basically if he scores, are you kidding me? It doesn't matter, but for fuck's sake, if he scores one, I'm then going to record and come back and show you it, just to prove that he can do. But so far, it doesn't really seem like the goals are under threat from his free kicking. He's great at everything else. So there you go. That's the 2 things he can't do: is score headers and score free kicks. Glad we sorted that one out. Let's move on to the next topic. Souza into Novikov now. Novikov, he's taking the ball on. Lex tackled him. Srnic, interesting choice to cross it to the defender instead of in front of the defender, where we could have possibly scored a goal. That guy has a name, and I think it would be Goat. Koziel. There's definitely a beer named after it which has a goat as the logo. So maybe his name means goat, or goatee, or something like that. If he was one of my players, he'd definitely be called Goatee. How good he is. We can check that after. Oh, Georgian Yuri goes in big. Okay, so we smashed Wisła. That's nice. A good win, boys. And we're back to having good morale again, which is great timing just after the cup final. Now, I know you're wondering, and I'm wondering, how good is the Goat Man? So let's take a look. Where is he? Koziel. Is he even in their starting lineup? He's not even in their first team, is he? Oh, no, he's there. Adam Koziel. He's a 31-year-old and actually decent. I'm not going to sign him because he's 31, but yeah, not bad. Shame, he could have been with us. He could have been called the GOAT. Right, okay, so Novikov is good. So what that means for us is we are 8 points clear, is that? 8 points clear. We've got 3 games left, so what I will do is I will... our next game is when? See, look at that. Let's do it like this because it'll tell you. It won't tell you. Where's that? There's the homepage, right? 12 days. Why? Look at the fixtures. Friday we play the second leg. No, sorry, Tuesday we play the second leg of the final, and then the next Tuesday is the fucking final, and then we've had all this time to play Wisła. It's ridiculous. Whatever. Okay, so we'll play Piast next, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye.